welcome to another angling blog. Just first of all, before we get into this week's session, thank you for all the nice comments on the last blog. The video blogs are slightly different than what I've been doing on the written stuff. My written one was more about the day's fishing and how I experienced it, whereas these blogs hopefully will give me a chance to show a little about how I go about me fishing, which is a lot easier, speaking than it is putting down on paper. The written blogs obviously are a good place to go to see the session how I would normally write it. I'm going to continue to do that. Obviously, it'd be silly not to keep the written blog going, with it being quite popular. But yeah, today we're out on the river again. Different conditions today. Last week there was hardly any flow and it was quite low and clear. We've had a bit of rain since then. It was only a couple of days ago, but we've had a bit of rain, so I imagine the river's going to be slightly different today. It could have a bit of flow on it and certainly will have colour, so hopefully today will give me a chance to show how I go about tackling the river that is exactly the same river but on a different day when there's a bit more rain in it. Okay, catch you later. I'm just going to wait for the car to defrost and we'll make a move. Okay, bye. Right, just got on the venue now. It's the same swimmers I did the £20 on the other day. The only difference is today, as you can see, it's a lot more coloured. If you watch that stick there, you can see it's got a bit of flow to it. Now the only problem I've got today is it's been freezing. As you can see, frozen ground. So what it means is I haven't got any molehill soil with me because they're all frozen. So it's going to be very hard to keep them between these two spots like last week. The other day I had them right in front of me, but there was no flow. Today I'm going to try feed, because it's already got the colour, so I won't need as much ground bait. I'm going to be easy on the ground bait today, because obviously it's going to be pure ground bait. Obviously I'm going to sieve out the bit, but it's going to have pure ground bait in it. Hemp going to be the main holding bait today, not the ground bait. Hemp. I want the smell of the ground bait to get the fish in. I'm going to try and catch them trotting down a float in this bit here, or under my feet. Yeah, because I had them here the other day as well. With this colour they'll come right in underneath my feet, and hopefully we'll have a few fish. The main worry today is if we get any rain. If we get rain it could well shoot up. I've got my sticky with me, so hopefully on the sticky I can start searching further down the peg. But we'll start off on the whip, because why? At the end of the day, why set up a stick float when you're seeing how fast you can catch them on the whip? And already our friend the Robin, he's found me already. Alright, I'm going to get set up now. Okay, first job again, ground bait. Talk about saving money in the last one. The same bag of ground bait. When I used half of it the other day. And you've got to learn. I didn't use it all last time. I had £20 of fish. Today I know I'm not going to need as much, so mixed up probably a quarter of a bag. I'll say it again, riddle off what you don't need. And when I watched the footage back last time you couldn't really see what it was, but you got full of like that, bits of maize. And again, up the bank for the birds, probably why Mr. Robin's here all the time probably. Yeah, so quickly mix up some ground bait. I'm going to start off on the whip, and I'll set the sticky up if I struggle with the flow. Okay, now time to get to it. And there we go, within 5 minutes that's the ground bait done. I'll put that up the bank there and let it sit. I'm thinking today mixing the maggots in with it to make sure the bait gets on the bottom up the swim, but we'll see. We'll see how fast the pace is. There's fish already topping in the swim, so there's fish about, but we'll see how we get on. Just quickly run over the side tray. I've got maggot, hemp, I've got my ground bait there. I'm just going to put in here in a bit, but I'm not going to mix it until I need it. If we can get away without using it, it'll be good. Let's see how the bites go first. If I don't use it, I'll take it home and freeze it for another session. But let's see how we go. So just about to make a start. Feeding upstream. I'm trying to get the fish just right here in front. I say I can only go so far down. I'm just starting off with hemp and maggot. There we go. So the problem today is going to be keeping the fish there again, like the other day. But first what trot down with a fish, that's a good start. So there's plenty of colour today, so there's plenty of chance that they are going to stay there. I've not put any ground bait in yet because I don't know if we'll need it. So just holding back on the float. And the beauty when it's got flow is you can hold it back with this whip, but you can only go so far down the swim. There's another one. If they keep coming like that, we'll have a decent net by the end of it. Let's say, trying to work the whole swim, so just holding it back and edging it through. There we go. First decent fish of the day. Right, been going about 10 minutes and I've already had a couple of fish there in that gap there. So put the ground bait out because my whole baiting approach now I know I can catch fish there, is to keep my feed in this bit here and keep running over it. So what I'm going to do, all the bait, all the hemp that I put in now will be mixed in with the ground bait like that. I'm going to start feeding them little nuggets that I fed the other day, because what I want is the bait now to stay on the bottom in this area. So keep feeding the maggots by hand so they go through the swim, but now any hemp that I feed is going in with ground bait, so that'll make a blanket on the bottom for the fish to sit over and hopefully keep running me float time and time again over that same spot. Like little nugget, squeeze it like that and it'll be little tiny nuggets like that you can see going in the swim. That'll go straight down to the bottom and hopefully keep the fish in the swim, in that bit of the swim there. Okay, gonna get back to it now. There you go. You can already see that the stamper fish compared to the other day is a lot better. I say they were coming in an hour into the session the other day, but because the water's so coloured today, they're straight on the feed. But I say you can't beat the colour like that. It's created by nature, what we were trying to create with ground bait the other day. So there we go, that just shows how colour can affect the stamper fish you catch. Right, just into the session now, just going to cover a bit, try and cover a bit on our feed. So what I'm doing, I'm flicking out right in front, slightly upstream. Maggots are going in above like that, because I know with this colour So maggots in, and you get into a rhythm with your whip fishing, putting a bit of hemp downstream just to hold the fish where I want them. Kind of gives a stopping point of where the fish will stop, a lower point to swim to try to go over, and just edging it slowly through the swim. So every little bump you'll hit, but you get into a rhythm, just 2 or 3 maggots at a time, like that. Hold it back and just keep covering the same bit of river time and time again. Hold it back, let it go a bit, and hold it back again, and there's the fish. So I mean, with the whip right under your feet, you've got the control. Get into a rhythm. In, maggot, feed, hold back. There you go. And that's how you get into like the rhythm of it. Cast in, feed, hold back. And that's how you get into like a rhythm of feeding. Hold back. Just come a bit closer in that time. Hold back again. There you go. And that's 3 fish. Just showing you how you get into a rhythm of catching them. Okay. Right, so it's about 10:15 now. Well into the session, you know, a good hour into the session now. I'm getting bites steady. I would say if it carries on like this, we'll have a decent net. I said they're all about that big, you know. They're just that slightly bit bigger than the other day. And with river fishing, it's all about working out on the day how they want it. Now the other day, you know, it wasn't really moving that much. It was just a slow move, so it didn't really matter. The bait was just going, you know, straight out in front. Today, it's been dead noticeable that feeding just above your float, like that, and it's been the holding back. Now it's a lot easier on this whip. They have stayed in front of me. I said that on the day I needed to keep them in front of me, and so far they've stayed in front of me. Now just holding it back, literally the river's going past the float and you're moving it, just edging it down the swim really slowly, really slowly. And it's almost as if that's just on the day how they want it, and that's sometimes with river fishing, that's the skill. You've got to work out on the day how they want it, and once you work out how they want it, you can get a lot of fish. So I've fished on the rivers before now, and I fished a swim where I was trotting through and wasn't getting a bite, and I thought I'm not going to get a bite today. And then I had a phone call off my partner Lucy, and I put my rod between my legs and on the rod rest and just held it, you know, while I was answering the phone. Anyway, while I'm watching, the floats just sat in the swim over where I was fishing, and the rod hooped around, and it was a 5 or 6 pound barbel. And on the day, that was just because on the day, that is how they wanted it. On the day, they wanted a bait held strongly back against the flow. Been trotting through for about 3 or 4 hours without a bite that day, but just that thing showed me how much of a difference presenting the bait the right way can make. And today, it's been the same. If you let the bait go through without holding it back, you don't get a bite. You hold it back, and away the float goes. And I literally did that as I was talking then. As I was talking, I let it go through, no bite, held back, fish on the bank. Okay, right, coming to the end of the session now. Just a short few hours on a Sunday morning again, like it was on the other video. the fish are still there. So I don't think, I've not been at it as long as the other day, but I think the fish have been slightly bigger on average. But yeah, see how many more fish we get 1 or 2 more and then we'll call it a day. Okay, catch you in a bit. Right, there we go, final net of fish. As you can see, a lot better stamp than the other day. Gotta be getting on for a couple of pound there. I see some nice ones. Okay, get these guys back now.